Maayong adlaw, ¿cómo está? This is Ben from Ben in Cebu, coming to you from Cordoba, Cebu, which, if you're not familiar, is very, very close to Cebu City. I like living here because you don't have a lot of the traffic that you get in Cebu City. You don't have it nearly as much crime. I've lived here 2 years, and in Cordoba here, I've never had a single problem. I've never felt unsafe. I've never had any issues. So I love living in this area. And if I want to go to Cebu City, I'm right near the new bridge, the CC Lex, and I can go to Cebu City if I so choose, and get pretty much anything I want, should I need it. But I find that I don't ever need to go to Cebu City. And Cordoba has everything that I want. Now, if you have health issues or things like that, it's still no concern because you can hop on the CC Lex and be over in Cebu City with the major hospitals. But here on Mactan Island, there's nice hospitals too. You got Mactan doctors. You've got other options too for you that are pretty advanced and have everything you need. Now, what I want to talk about today is, will you be successful in the Philippines? And I'm not talking about riches and finances and businesses and things like that. I'm talking about your life. How is it that some vloggers, have nothing but good things to say about the Philippines, and then some people that have come here have nothing but bad things to say? And to me, I think it's as simple as it's down to the individual. There's a saying that wherever you go, there you are. It's like an old cliche, but it's oh so true. If you're the kind of guy that, always is, struggling in the States with your moods and your attitudes, and you're having conflicts with people, then you come to the Philippines, you're probably going to have a similar result. And a lot of people complain about the infrastructure. You hear them, the garbage and the pollution and things like that. You come to the Philippines for a lot of different reasons, and if you're gonna have issue with the garbage and those things that are well known. I mean, if you do any research about coming to the Philippines, you should know and be prepared mentally for those things. And if you show up and you can't handle it, then why did you even come? It's, again, up to the individual. Before you even pull the trigger and hop on a plane and come here, you need to do your own research and your own due diligence. And hello, how are you? You need to be informed, and then you need to reflect and analyze whether that could be a scenario that you can fit into well and not have it drive you insane, which undoubtedly is something that is, an internal issue. The Philippines is full of massive amounts of pros and, in my opinion, just a handful of cons. I mean, they say that there's a lot of drug addicts here, but they've never been to LA, and they've never been to San Francisco or Seattle or Portland, or New York or anything like that. You've got your proverbial zombies in cities that are just destroyed by the drug use, and with the liberal governments who are handing out kits for drug addicts, it's really not helping the problem, and it's only compounding the issue. Here, I have not ran into any people tweaking or zombified or anything like that. It's pretty much non-existent in comparison. I know it goes on. I know it happens in the bigger big city like Manila, it's very similar to a bigger city in the West. But if you don't stay in Manila, you're less likely to encounter hardly any issues. Cebu City also has, a higher crime rate and more issues like that. But if you go to the outskirts of the area, Lapu-Lapu, Cordoba, I won't say Mandaue because Mandaue I don't really enjoy and I really don't go there. But out here, it's more provincial. And obviously, if you go to a less populated area in the Philippines, like somewhere in Mindanao or Leyte or something like that, you're gonna find that anywhere there is significantly more safe than any major city in the United States. So it's certainly, it's like comparing apples to oranges as far as, lifestyle. And I really, really think that just being far removed from all that crap that goes on in the United States is uplifting. It's like a breath of fresh air, and you can certainly be elevated. Your mood will be elevated. You'll feel safer. Smiling people creates more positivity within you if you're accepting of it. Sometimes when people come here, they're not used to that, and people staring at you and looking at you can be interpreted by a lot of Westerners as a confrontation. But here, it's not that way. You might see a lot of people glaring at you or looking at you, and you have no idea really what they're thinking, and you might think that they're squaring up on you. But when you see those things, or when I see those things, I just like, hey bro, how's it going? And their whole countenance changes, smile lights up, and you realize that they were probably just looking at you because you're different, and they don't encounter a lot of difference like you in certain areas. Now, if you're in a bigger city again, like Cebu City, you probably won't get as many stares and attract that kind of attention. But if you're, further away from, where foreigners congregate, then that will happen. And it's all about you. So again, wherever you go, there you are. So if you perpetuate and don't have the ability to adapt and evolve when you come to the Philippines, then you're setting yourself up for more stress and the possibility of disliking your adventure here. And it really can be an adventure. It just depends on the individual. And if you're adaptable and you're agreeable and you're kind and you're friendly, this is the place for you. If you're someone who, is set in their ways and wants things a certain way, then you're probably going to have big problem and take issue with a lot of things here. A lot of people get, they watch so many videos before they come, and they hear about the taxis and the trike drivers and things like that. And when they show up, they're armed and dangerous in regards to, not getting, the skin tax on a trike ride and not having to pay, 30, 40 extra pesos. And that kind of sets you off into, a defensive mode. And if you're in a defensive mode here, then again, you're perpetuating, the way things are in the West. And this is not the West. Trust me. Look at that. Rolling down the road with concert quality speakers. And, you'll see that all the time. Just the other day, there's a fiesta going on right now. It's the big one that they always have every year. And I woke up at 7 a.m. to people singing karaoke on PA amps that were designed for like an outdoor event, and it was extremely loud. Now, if I had to go to work or something like that, then of course that would stress me out and that would make me mad. But I go with the flow, right? Like, I could have gotten mad about it. It was really ridiculous to be singing Whitney Houston songs at 7 a.m. with a voice, that sounds more like a squealing dog. That's kind of crazy, but to me it was just funny. I just laughed about it, and I know that at 11 a.m. when I get super sleepy from getting woken up too early, I can take a nap because, hello, there's no obligation for the foreigner, right? You're not allowed to work here, so go with the flow. So again, if you can't adapt and you can't hang with the difference, then you really ought to do yourself a favor and do the country a favor and just stay home. Ultimately, all you're doing in that sense is giving yourself a bad look and then giving other people a bad look when you relay your experiences in the Philippines as though they are just so egregious, which of course you can deal with those things. It's just your attitude. And I know that I talked to my neighbor, and my neighbor was like, oh, it just so pissed me off that they woke me up, and I can understand why they do that here. And it's two sides of the coin. You can choose to have it bother the crap out of you, or you can just choose to think, wow, that's the way they do stuff, because that's the way they do stuff here. And you're not going to be able to change it. You're never going to change it. And why should you? Their ability to have some entertainment, that's their fun, right? And it's an inexpensive way for them to enjoy their life, which is for a lot of people, it's a big struggle for people here. And it's relatively a dismal existence when you're working, for $10 a day, and a lot of people work for even less than that. And you work 6 days a week. You got one day to hang out, have a beer, and sing songs. And you want to do that on your time, because it's enjoyable. That's your free time. That's your day off. That's an inexpensive way for them to have entertainment. And whereas you might hop in your car and drive to a restaurant or something like that, they don't have the ability to do that. So they do what they're capable of doing, what they can afford. It's up to you how you want to interpret it. So you got the chickens, you got the dogs, you got the garbage and the stray cats, and all of these things, and holes in the road, and high traffic, and people wanting to charge you more for things. That just all goes with the territory. And if you can't handle people upcharging you, and the dogs barking, and the stray dogs walking down the road, then the Philippines is probably not a place for you to come. But if that is what inhibits you from coming here, then you're really kind of missing out, because there are a lot of beautiful things about living here, and it shouldn't put up a roadblock for you to come here. The biggest roadblock that people have when they come to the Philippines is their own attitude and their own adaptability, or inability to adapt is probably the better way to say that. So anyways, I love the Philippines. I love where I live. I love it here. I have a young son and a very wonderful wife, and I just feel fortunate and blessed, and I cherish every moment and every day, because again, you're not promised tomorrow. Like you might not wake up tomorrow, but in the meantime, give out as much good and as much positivity as you can, so that spreads, because it does spread. Every mood and attitude has a ripple effect. So if you're out here being positive, then that's going to ripple out and maybe carry on from you to the next person, and so on and so forth. So Yeah. Really encourage people to really try to branch out, try to change, try to adapt to things that you're less comfortable with, and you will have a great time here. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I want to get up to those 50 subscribers so I can do live streams, and live streams are where I can really engage you. And I've lived here for many years in the Philippines, off and on. I've had long-term relationships with Filipinas, and I have a lot of experience that I can relay to you. So follow along, and as I make these videos, maybe I'll have some gems in there that you can apply to your trip here, and use it as a tool to be more successful. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a blessed day.